Hi everyone, I'm excited to be getting back into filming some homeschooling videos since we moved into an RV full time. I wanted to film outdoors because I just thought it would be a nicer environment, but I had to resort to filming in our bedroom since it is raining outside and it is really gloomy. So here we are in my bedroom. In case you're new here, my name is Yuri, and my husband had recently retired from the Air Force, and we are trying to figure out where to settle down in the state of Texas. But for the meantime, and it could be a long time before we decide to purchase a house or land or whatever it may be, we have purchased an RV, and also I have gone back to work part-time as a dentist, but we are still homeschooling our 5 kids. We have been homeschooling for over 9 years, and we have a 13-year-old, a 10-year-old, 8-year-old, 5-year-old, and a 3-year-old. I'm going to share with you our curricula choices for our rising 6th grade son, and I'm so excited to share because these kind of videos are some of my favorites, and they have been so helpful for me when I was trying to decide on what curricula to go with. And I'm hoping that this video will be encouraging and helpful for you in making choices as well. Let's go ahead and jump right in. In the next school year, we'll have 2 middle schoolers out of our 5 children as our son enters the 6th grade. And he loves anything to do with building things and numbers and math. So we wouldn't be surprised if he chooses to go into something finance related or engineering as an adult. However, he does struggle a bit with writing and language arts in general. So next year, we are going to continue to use Easy Grammar with him. And we have chosen Easy Grammar Plus. And Easy Grammar Plus is intended for grades 4 and all the way through high school. So we're going to chug through this. It covers all the 8 parts of speech. And I love that it starts with focusing on prepositions so that the student can pretty much point out where all the prepositional phrases are and even just cross them out so that you are left with the basic framework of your sentence. And that helps the student be able to identify the subject and the verb and all the other parts of speech more easily. So we are going to continue with Easy Grammar. For writing, we'll probably continue with our IEW Structure and Style Level 1A. And we're not very far in the program, unfortunately. We are on week 10 out of the 24 weeks, but it has been going pretty well with the video lessons by Andrew Pudawa. It's just that we have had a big life transition with moving, so we had to give some of our programs a little break. But we will just continue to chug through it. However, we are trying to decide if we want to get back into joining a classical conversations community. And if we do join a CC community, then we will be working on the IEW's theme-based writing with medieval history. So we'll see what happens with the writing. For reading, for many years, we have enjoyed CLE's reading program. But for the next school year, we have decided to try the Critical Thinking Company's Reading Detective program. And the reason why, I don't have it here, unfortunately, I don't have it here yet to show you, but it's on the way. But the reason why we decided to try it out is because it is presented in a way that it's more like a standardized test, like the SATs. And I thought it would be a good transition into practicing for the SATs in case he does decide to go the college track. Next, I have what we're going to use for spelling, and we have decided to try Soaring with Spelling and Vocabulary. We have tried several different spelling programs, but we haven't found one that our son has thrived on and has enjoyed. And I feel bad switching from spelling program to spelling program, but I really think that he is going to enjoy this one. He struggles a lot with spelling, and it's not his strength, but Soaring with Spelling and Vocabulary presents its material in a way that you're not only getting your spelling, but you're also getting the meaning of the spelling words. And it looks like it will be a lot of fun because there are fun activities in it, like decoding and puzzles, like crossword puzzles and word searches. So I'm hoping that this will work out. We'll have to see. But already, as soon as we got this program in the mail, all our kids wanted to go ahead and start the program. And that says a lot because, already just the initial presentation of this program is very inviting, and the kids were just really excited. So I'm excited to try it out with our son. Next, I have our vocabulary. So this year, our son has been working on word roots, the beginning level. And once he's done with that, we're going to go ahead and move on to the word roots level 1, since it's been going pretty well. So with word roots, you get to understand where the origins of the words come from, especially by dissecting the words into their prefixes, their root words, and their suffixes. So in the end, word roots is supposed to help you gain an understanding of how to decode words, even if you don't even know what the words mean, just by breaking them down into their smallest elements. Next, I have one more program from the critical thinking company that I don't have here to show you yet, and it's actually on its way as well. But we are going to try mind benders, and I'm really excited about that one because our son will probably enjoy it since he loves logic and puzzles. So Mindbenders is supposed to help with reading comprehension and problem-solving skills. So I'm super excited about that one. And I've heard so many great things about it from other YouTube moms and how fun it is. And I'm excited for our kids to try it. And like I said before, our son is really strong in math, and pretty much all the way up to this point, he has been working on Singapore math, and he's gotten through Singapore math level 6B. And after level 6 of Singapore math can get a little bit tricky and confusing. So we have moved our children into Saxon math. And so with him, we are going to go with Saxon math level 8-7. And Saxon math 8-7 has pre-algebra as well in it, and also decimals and fractions and percentages. So we're going to work on the Saxon math program and also include Nicole the math lady when we need her. So we'll see how that one goes for him. So that pretty much sums up what we have chosen for our son for his independent work. And the next two subjects, and the last two I'm going to show you in this video, are our family or group subjects. And these group subjects we have been doing together as a family at least up to the 6th grade. And one of them is history. So we have decided to make a big switch from Mystery of History and go with Biblioplan. And at first, I was really intimidated to try Biblioplan because there are a lot of components involved. But after watching a lot of other YouTube moms share about Biblioplan and reading about the program and finding more about it, I'm excited to dig in because it seems like a great program for larger families. And if you know anything about the history of our history studies, we had started out with the story of the world and then moved to Mystery of History, and then we tried Knotgrass, and then we moved back to Mystery of History. So why are we switching to Biblioplan if we love Mystery of History so much? Mainly the reason why I decided to make the switch is because with Biblioplan, I can give our high schooler, when she's in high school, credit for U.S. history. Mystery of History does a great job with presenting some material on U.S. history, but it doesn't seem like it's enough in order to give credit. So we're going to try Biblioplan because this level, book 3, has to do with the early modern days, and it also includes U.S. history. So here it is. So it says, this textbook covers world history, U.S. history, church history, geography, and more. So Biblioplan is kind of like a buffet where you can get all your kids involved in history because there are so many components. And this is what daunted me at first. But I have found that it's not really that daunting because, you know, all your kids are going to be learning the same history material, but they're going to get to do maybe a little bit slightly different work. For instance, some of our kids will probably be coloring and listening to the audio or me reading out loud. And that's pretty much all they'll do. And then our older ones, they can do some of the mat work. In this book, this one looks really fun. This one is a hands-on learning, and so it includes like crafts and food and just learning more about the culture of whatever historical topics we'll be covering through the year. And there are also these resources that have to do with discussion questions that our older students can work through. And there are also some discussion questions for the younger ages. So this one is supposed to go to grade 2, kindergarten to grade 2. So there are just many, many components. And this is the main text that we're going to be reading. But for the upper level, I think for this one, it says it goes through grade 6. But then for the older level, older grades, there's a separate text. I'll probably have our rising 8th grader read that text on her own. So I think it'll be a fun year with history. And lastly, I have science here to show you. And so this is another one of our family subjects. And this year we have been working on Berean builders, science in the ancient world. And we have been loving it. And it's been really, really fun. Even the experiments, which in the past, I had been so intimidated to do the science experiments. And I was thinking, man, I need to outsource this somehow. But with Berean builders, it has been pretty easy. Like all the materials for your science experiments are really easy to find, readily available in your home. And they're really easy and quick and simple and drives the point home. So we are going to try the science in the scientific revolution with Berean builder for the next year. And I'm excited to continue with Berean builder. And basically, we are learning about the science as it is developed. And so we are going to cover a wide range of topics, including astronomy, human anatomy, medicine, botany, zoology, pressure, electricity, fossils, microbiology, gravity, conservation laws, and the laws of motion. Berean builders pretty much starts out with an experiment. And here, for instance, in lesson 52, it says you will need a flashlight, scissors, an adult to help you, a dark room, and a straight piece of cardboard. And so then you do the experiment, and then you talk about it. And then, oh, this one has 2 experiments. And then at the end, you have a lesson review, and based on your child's level, you go over whatever is intended for that level, like your younger students, the older students, and the oldest students. And you also have this little extra resource that has everything that you'll need in order to answer the questions for the review lessons, or lesson review. And also it includes your tests as well. And we do have a few electives that we'll be doing pretty much as a family. And I'm hoping to make a separate video on that. So stay tuned for that. That pretty much sums up what we have planned for our 6th grade son. Comment down below on what you have planned for the next school year, if you already have figured any of that out already by this point. And if you have any questions about anything that I've shared, or if you'd like to see more or whatever, shoot me a comment. I would love to chat, and I'd love to help. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and please like this video if you found it at all helpful. And don't forget to turn those notification bells on. as I'm going to be sharing our other grade-specific choice videos, including our 8th grader, our 4th grader, and our 1st grader. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.